Welcome to the Stairway to Heaven, a weekly update on the ever-changing high-frequency currents now bathing the planet and affecting us all, the source of vital information for the evolving human being. We're coming to you through the X Zone Broadcast Network, www.xzbn.net. We can also be heard on TSOM Radio Network, www.tsomradionetwork.com. I'm Gwilda Wiyaka. Ascension. There's a phenomenon described by many religious texts and people who have undergone near-death experiences. When a person dies, their life passes before their eyes. In other words, we review our life and the events therein as we cross to the other side. In the Tibetan tradition, it's called the bardo. The Catholics refer to it as purgatory, and so on. It's reputed to be a place where one can become stuck while crossing. I've helped many people cross, had a near-death experience myself, and know this to be true. In every instance, there's been some sort of life review on the way to the other side. I view it as a result of transitioning frequencies. We all carry a fairly high frequency at birth, only to suffer a series of compromises from trauma throughout our lifetimes. Eventually, our frequency becomes so low, we're no longer able to sustain physical life. As we leave our bodies, it's necessary to climb back up the frequency stairway in order to cross over to the higher frequency of spirit. If we do not undergo this process, we remain in this reality as disembodied spirits or ghosts, thus the concept of getting stuck. When ascending, as we cross through each frequency, we're faced with a trauma or incident that caused us to descend from that particular frequency, resulting in the life review. So far, so good, right? As discussed in the first episode, we're moving into a more highly charged area of the galaxy, and the ambient frequency of our planet is rapidly rising. This gives us the dubious privilege of ascending the frequency scale while taking our physical bodies with us. When exposed to each level of rising frequency, we're being confronted with the damage and resulting frequency compromise we experienced at that point on the frequency scale. This leaves us with difficult choices. We can choose to ignore the feelings and memories presenting themselves, stick our heads firmly in the sand, tenaciously holding on to our old frequency and reality. The problem with this approach is that the sun and our entire solar system is undergoing the frequency shift. It's larger than we are. Hide as we may, the pressure will continue to build around us until we destabilize. From terrorism and war to failing economies, just look around you and tell me you don't see one heck of a lot of destabilizing going on. Or we can choose to face the memories, feelings, patterns, and resulting defense mechanisms the increase in frequency is unearthing and process through them. This involves a lot of work and no small amount of discomfort. It results in changing our entire reality and identity repeatedly. I do have a carrot for you. Through processing out who you are not, as in your patterns damage old identity and belief systems, you can become the glory of who you really are, a formidable, multidimensional being. As we continue to move through this process, or not, we're all confronted with the theme du jour being brought forth by the current frequency. The Stairway to Heaven is designed to outline these themes every step of the way. It's important to understand we're not all on the same stair at the same time. All frequencies are available to us at any given moment. This affords some grace in our process. However, evolution is what's now being supported. While we can rest and or choose our own pacing, it's advisable to ultimately keep moving, lest we find ourselves under so much pressure we lose perspective. At the current position on the stairway, many are experiencing a dead end of sorts. The patterns and defenses that have served in the past have become just so many reruns, ending in defeat. We've spent our entire lifetime trying to overcome our limitations, only to be met with a final failure, and we don't know if we have another try left in us. Many are full of despondency and despair, trapped by the very lives they've created with no visible way out. When the old ways no longer work, we're challenged with having to restructure our entire life. Hold the faith. Transformation is imminent. We're at this impasse because we're directed by other than our true joy, controlled by outside influences. Our hopes, intents, and dreams can be realized on the other side of this seeming devastation. Fulfillment is just a reality shift away. In the meantime, roll up your sleeves and remove what no longer serves your joy. You'll be ever so glad you did. Thank you for joining me, Gwilda Wiyaka, on the Stairway to Heaven, where we provide updates on the energetic currents facilitating our evolution into conscious, powerful co-creators. Until next time, may you be blessed on your sacred path to wholeness. We are here. The time is now.
You've been listening to The Stairway to Heaven with author Gwilda Wiyaka. Her latest books, So We're Still Here, Now What?, Spiritual Evolution and Personal Empowerment in a New Era, and The Science of Magic of Mysteries Volume 1, can be found on Amazon.com or wherever fine books are sold. Gwilda is also the host of the very popular radio show, The Science of Magic. Past innovative episodes can be found on her website at www.thescienceofmagic.net. For long-distance sessions with Gwilda or for more information on her Path Home Shamanic Art School and their upcoming block of classes, visit www.findyourpathhome.com or call area code 303-775-3431.